Take away from this game, especially down the stretch, it seems like you guys were able to kind of salvage sloppy possessions and make it into good things.
Yeah, the second half we had 12 turnovers, so we paid the price for that. So just understanding how important those possessions are, because we're going to find ourselves in a lot of close games, and it's important to value the ball, take care of it, and at least get a shot to the rim. Worst case is a dead ball turnover, but still, it's a lost possession. So, they talked about it. It's one of the first things the players talked about. It's just we got to be cleaner, we got to be smarter, play with a little bit more purpose. But that happens. The best part about it is we stayed within ourselves. We got back to playing our brand of basketball. We showed some resilience, and it paid off for us.
Do you have an update on Danielle at all?
Not a bit.
Do you like how you guys adjusted with him off the floor?
It's one of those things. Once again, we've seen it. Next man mentality. We have to junk it up, play different lineups, play small. We have enough bodies. It just we're gonna have to figure it out. And kudos to those guys because they stepped up, and made plays late.
Harrell wasn't just huge. He's talking the whole game. He seems like the loudest person the whole game. How big was that to just set the tone?
Trez being Trez, and it's we talked about it. It's an invaluable asset to have a guy who's just brings that juice, the energy. His voice is contagious and kind of gets us going. So it's a good thing to have, and he's like that every day. So it's great.
Obviously, you just arrived here, traded from what you guys this offseason, added some guys in free agency. Are you encouraged with the way you've been able to come out at the start here and kind of rack up a couple wins and pretty cohesive despite all those changes and trying to get everybody on the same?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's tough when you add 8 new bodies to a roster. You incorporate new staff, new head coach, and so a lot of things are in flux. So short preseason, only 4 preseason games. We're starting to coalesce, so it's good to see. We still have a long way to go. We've shown good moments. We just have to show it more consistently.
Talk about Harrell. How much balance does that give you when he could come off the bench and do what he did?
Oh, it's a heck of an asset because he does it every night and doesn't necessarily show up in the box score. He can obviously score in the post. He's going to get you second possessions, loose balls. He'll make a defensive play. But the intangibles, to Ava's point, his voice, his command, his direction, I think that helps calm our angst at times. We get frazzled or, it's not going our way. He can kind of help get us recentered.
Wes, what did you see from Brad tonight? His numbers were there, but he didn't look like he, made as much impact as he normally does.
You know what? I thought he did. And, Tatum had that stretch third quarter, but, I thought he did a great job, and everyone did because at some point everyone was on him. But my thing is the defensive end. Keep defending. You're going to make shots. Your rhythm will come. He's not forcing shots. He's taking the shots the defense is giving him. He's trying to play the right way. So he hasn't made a lot of them yet, but at some point that dam will break.
We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with Chase.
Hey Wes, you guys were -9 in the third and then +8 in the fourth. What changed for you guys from quarter to quarter there?
You know what? We took care of the ball. That third quarter we were kicking it all over the gym, and that allowed them to get out. We were on our heels. They were downhill and getting to the line. So now we're playing against set defense. So it was a number of things, but I think primarily the turnovers.
And Tatum had 23 points, but his shooting night, I'm sure you would take that. You mentioned Beal's defense, and you had talked about the potential you saw on that end of the floor for him in the offseason. Did you kind of see that play out tonight?
Oh, for sure. It's always probably a challenge. He and Jason know each other well. They've known each other for a long time. So he probably gets up for him a little bit, which is great. It's a bit of a rivalry. But both of them are dynamic offensive players. And we did a heck of a job. He got that stretch in the third, but overall, I'm pleased how we were able to keep both him and Brown somewhat subdued.
And then just what was the key to having such an advantage on the boards tonight?
Just our energy and effort. It's a mindset we've always talked about. It's not on the bigs, it's all 5. And I think it's crucial in these close games. You can't give those possessions back.
DA.
Wes,
I wonder how encouraging it is to win a game on the road when Brad has as tough a night shooting as he did tonight.
It's very encouraging. We've seen it, even when he missed the game the other night. We have enough depth, versatility to, withstand some of that. No one wants him not to play or not to play well, but it's encouraging to see that, we're able to hold our own even when our best player is not, probably playing to his best as of yet. I think he'll get his rhythm. So when that happens, it'll be good for us.
And what did you see from Dinwiddie as kind of a de facto closer tonight for you?
Made play after play after play. So I give him a lot of credit. Once we got through that stretch of turnovers, we were settled, we stayed organized, and he made big plays down the stretch. I think we saw it the other night, time and time again. Someone stepped up, made a play.
You're on.
Coach, great win tonight. Can you talk about Denny Avdey? I think defensively today, we saw again him producing some good possessions, and also maybe that dunk and that three-pointer getting him more confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. He stepped up, made free throws late. I thought he defended well. With a guy like that, his size, he's got the mobility, athleticism to guard those guys. Gives you just one more body that you could throw at him, and when he's knocking down shots, making plays off the bounce, attacking the rim, that's special. So I think it's good for him. It's good for us to see it, and hopefully, it gives him a little bit of boost in his confidence.
Great, thanks.
Neil.
Hey, Coach. Third quarter, Brad's talking to the ref. He uses you as a prop a little bit. Are you all for it, or it looked like it took you a little bit off guard?
No, I have no problem with it at all. I think he was trying to prove a point, and at that point, I thought he was correct. Obviously we can differ, but you know what? He's a competitor, and he's not going to let any possession slide. So as long as he does so respectfully with the officials, I have no problem with him having communication and back and forth, and I think it's good for him.
Thanks, Coach. Safe travels back.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have. Thank you, Coach.
Been talking about wanting to get more involved in this offense and find new opportunities. It seemed like your timing with the threes was really critical tonight. What were you kind of able to take advantage of?
Just the flow of the offense. I see the plays, wasn't, coming my way. But when it did, I was open or try to create something, and just being ready to shoot the ball, staying engaged and not, getting sidetracked out there, knowing I'm not touching the ball.
Bouncing back from the loss in Brooklyn to tonight, it seemed like two different groups were on the floor. How do you kind of make sense of that in your head?
I mean, we felt like we should have won the game in Brooklyn as well. We had a lot of mistakes, same here, down the stretch. We had a lot of turnover. We couldn't score the ball. But tonight, we stayed together, and just, we pulled it out together. We was able to get stops and score the ball. So that was good as far as team effort.
What was kind of the key to staying organized down the stretch, do you think?
Just staying engaged, but still being able to, communicate, with each other. No arguments, no trying to get like ahead of each other. Just basically coming to the huddle and being like, look, let's buckle down. All positive, not negative.
Chase.
You guys did a pretty good job against Jason Tatum, 23 points, but he didn't shoot very well. I know you'll take that any day, I'm sure. Well, what was the key there?
Just being active on him. Try to show him different coverages, and try to limit his touches. We knew he was gonna come out. He's a great one-on-one player. And we wanted to take that personal and ball down on the defensive end. And try to contain him. We knew he was going to score the ball at a high volume. We just wanted to contain him.
What does it say about this team for Brad to have a bit of an off shooting night and you guys win against this team on the road?
Man, it says a lot. We the fourth game. We still getting to know each other. The chemistry is building as we speak. And I feel like everybody's still trying to find their way. Their rhythm within the flow of the offense that we have. And it's gonna come. It's still early. We're not really worried about it. We're just trying to one thing. We all got the same mindset, trying to get the win.
DA.
Hey, KCP, man, looked like you were face guarding Tatum on a possession or two down the stretch there. Just wondering how important is it to do your work early against a guy like that?
Very important. You don't want to get the ball and then start, getting comfortable with it. Get in the rhythm, his rhythm. So I try to keep him uncomfortable as much as possible throughout the game. Show him different coverage. The full deny. I might, like you said, face guard him a couple of times, just show him some different looks. Just to keep him thinking about what I'm going to do. So I mean, it worked tonight, and it's always important to do your work early on guys like that.
And you guys were, I mean, I know they're not the biggest team, but Horford is known for, late game, getting on the glass. He had a couple putbacks, but y'all seem to be able to keep a body on him a lot during the game and have a good advantage on the rebounds.
What kind of helped us out, he was popping a lot. He wasn't rolling.
Yeah.
To be down there on the block. So that really helped us out through the game, where he was popping to that three. So the smalls to come in and rebound. Even Trez was down there rebounding with the guards. So he kind of helped us out a lot by just popping.
You're on.
Caldwell, can you talk about Denny Avdia's contribution today? Some of his, that dunk. Do you see from his defense? What are you seeing from him?
I mean, every day I'm seeing him, just get a little more comfortable. It's his first game, his first year back playing since his injury. So he's getting more comfortable out there. He's starting to relax. And just play basketball. It's a simple game. Sometimes we make it hard, but he's getting the flow of the offense. And he's always been playing defense since we started. So I'm impressed.
Thanks.
Neil.
Hey, KCP, Brad talked about kind of, last game felt like, a little bit of a wake-up call. What was the mood and the tone of this team, since that last game and coming into this game?
I mean, we, like I said earlier, we went to Brooklyn. We wanted to win. We had that mindset. But it all boiled down to that fourth quarter where we had a lot of mistakes. And today, we wanted to come out. We was in shoot around, and we was focused. We wanted to come out because of the last game. We wanted to come out hot start, which we did. And we wanted to contain that. We didn't want to fight from behind to start. And everybody had the same mindset to start the game, which was good.
Thanks, KCP.
Last question to Wayne.
Hey, KCP. This is only the fourth game, but can you just touch on the mental toughness the team showed down the stretch to stay locked in to pull a win out?
It was through the roof. I know we was up double digit. They run on 2 runs, to bring it to 2 or 1, or I think they even took the lead a couple times. But we never, lost our composure. We stayed, we stayed down. We stayed within each other. And it was all positive. That energy, that we give each other, helps. And we had the coaches behind us pushing us. Everything was just going right. Right to finish the game.
And last one for you, Trez had mentioned on Twitter, the energy kind of started with him and Bill. Can you just talk about the game he had tonight?
Trez he's amazing. And I love Trez. He's an animal down there, man. It's hard to stop, that when you got that much energy, you're always on the glass, you you're overpowering people. So man, want Trez to continue to do that. You know, that's what, you know, his job is down there to rebound that ball, you know, score, you know, and defend. And tonight he showed that real well.
All right, thanks, KCP.
Thanks, Casey.
Kind of unfocused in Brooklyn. What do you kind of take away from this game? You guys were really organized down the stretch.
Well, it's all about how you respond in life and in basketball. So I think we did a great job of having a little bit more sense of urgency this game. And we had our moments when we didn't, and that's expected, you know, human nature. But I think for the most part, we showed resiliency and did a great job of having the lead to protect us throughout the whole game, and then sustaining their run over that last 2.5 minutes where they kind of made it a little close. And we did a great job as a team effort. Everyone made plays.
What do you feel like you guys did well to withstand the third quarter stretch, especially?
Well, I mean, we just did a good job of just making key plays down the stretch. You know, whether it was tip out rebounds, was it, you know, floaters, or, you know, big shots, or, you know, just getting good defensive rebounds. You know, all those little things, they build up and they add to each other, and we did a great job of, you know, stacking those up.
When Brad has kind of the off shooting night that he had tonight and against the Nets, you, KCP, stepped up. How encouraging is it that it's not something you've just done once? You kind of proved that time again now.
Well, I mean, it's a team game, and, you know, a lot of times in this society, you know, a lot of times that, at least in the sports world, that gets you know, taken for granted a little bit. You know, everyone makes key plays, everyone matters, and, you know, if one of our brothers is not playing well, it's up for, you know, that next man up mentality, and, you know, you got to do your job. You got to be professional, and like I said, everyone made key plays down the stretch and helped us to win. You know, no matter if somebody was struggling or not.
When they make that run and the crowd gets going, you're on the road, can that help the team come together, kind of grow together? Just, you know, you got a lot of new faces. That early test kind of for you?
Yeah, I think we did just a great job of just breathing, you know, just slowing it down and trying to figure out, you know, figure our composure out. And I think once we did that, we did a great job. And obviously those moments are big, and it's great to have them on the road, and especially in a building like this in TD Garden. So I think it was really, really good for us, and especially for us as a young team and a team that hasn't been together. You know, a lot of fresh faces, a lot of you know, turnover on the coaching staff. So I think it was great as a collective.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like Trez, when he talks, he's kind of like talking all the time, and it's always the same volume. Maybe how is it that he doesn't fade into the background, or you don't just tune him out?
Yeah, I mean, he's always on 10. He's always yelling at you. He's always saying something, but you know where it's coming from. You know it's coming from a good part, because you know he wants to win. He's a very competitive person, and you know, it's just veteran leadership. You know, we're all there. We all have our moments to step in and say something, and you know, hold people accountable. And you know, that he's done a good job of that so far. And you know, we need it from everybody. You know, I think on winning teams, it's not just one leader, it's a team of leaders. Everyone holds everybody accountable and pleases each other. So I think it's great.
Chase.
Aku's 23 points for Tatum, but he didn't shoot very well. What'd you guys do to limit him in that regard?
I think we just did a great job of mixing up bodies, you know, between KCP, Denny was out there on him. You know, we all did a great job on him. And, you know, when you're playing a great player, it's not always one person that's going to, you know, stop someone all the time. You got to throw bodies at them, make them work, see different type of, you know, defensive personnel, as I would say. And we just did a great job. We did a great job on him. We did a great job on Jaylen Brown as well. So, you know, it was a good night for us defensively.
And Denny Avdey missed that layup in the second half, and you kind of embraced him. Was that just a moment you kind of chose as a leader to lift him up a little bit?
I mean, you know, we're out there just having fun. You know what I mean? If you miss something, you know, human nature, you're going to be down on yourself. And, no, I think it's very, very important, especially, when you have young players, just to keep them level-headed and keep them, kind of sane out there, and just, relax a little bit. He had an opportunity to have an easy dunk and try to go for the and one and missed it. And, it's okay. It happens. But, went to the line, made the 2 free throws, made up for it. And we just kept it pushing. And that, that's kind of what you need out there. And it's important for the team camaraderie, and it's important to, uplift guys and keep them positive.
DA.
Kuz, you have never rebounded at the rate you're rebounding to start this season. Is that a conscious design thing, or is the ball just finding you right now?
I mean, if you look at my year last year, probably had one of my better years as a pro last year, and one of the biggest things obviously was being a menace defensively, but also crashing the glass. And I've kind of always been that player. I think my first and second year, toned it off. But if you look back at my career, you look back at, me in college, that's where my bread and butter was. So, when I'm focusing on just, defense and rebounding, the game kind of just flows for me. And those are the most important pieces to the game of basketball: defense and rebounding. If you don't have both of those, you're going to lose a lot of games. So I just try to put my, just help the team out any way I can, and just play as hard as I can, and, try to make winning plays. And that's part of it.
That's all the time we have. Thank you, Kuz.
There was a difference in approach tonight. Brad said that was something that he thought was kind of off in Brooklyn.
I definitely think it was, man. I think we came out and responded the right way. From start to finish of the game, we put together a 48-minute game. Even though, they made their runs, had different laps, and we had different, let down on the defense end of the floor. We never got down on ourselves. We never, started blaming each other. We stuck in, we hung together, and we made the stops when we needed to, and came out with a big win on the road.
How did you guys have to adjust when gas goes down?
Next man up. Simple as that, man. We've been practicing with a variety of lineups throughout the practice and throughout the preseason, man. So, guys have been in all different type of positions, all different type of rotations. We end up having to go small with DB and Kuz out there. But I mean, like I said, it's just about next man up. He went down with a tough thigh contusion, but he's gonna get his treatment. Expect him, maybe to be ready tomorrow. But it's next man up mentality. And I think that's what we did tonight. We came in and carried our game plan out to a T, even when Gaff went down.
Last one for me, but what's made Kuz such an efficient rebounder so far, do you think?
I mean, just effort. Honestly, I think rebounding is an effort thing. It's one of those things that you got to want to do. So he's just going in there, relentlessly, especially when we're small. He's playing a 4. It's a little bit different if he was at the, 3-point, at the 3, because he had to be guarding more guys on the perimeter on the wing. But he's at the 4 position, so he's around that, painted area a lot, and he's just going after it, man. It's just the effort thing. I think he's just going after it and just, just playing the right way, really.
Chase.
Hey, Trez, you had your tweet after the last game calling your performance unacceptable, and the numbers were fine. You shot well. What didn't you like about that performance that you wanted to change going into this game?
We lost the game, brother. We didn't come out with the right mindset. We didn't play on the defensive end of the ball, and they kind of got everything they wanted to at will. And I just felt like going into that game, I let just a little bit just our flow and just the way that we were playing kind of, get me out of my game and, kind of turn my energy towards, just not the right approach. And I don't think I can, honestly, not even think, I know I can't do anything like that because we have a young team and these guys, they do and turn to me a lot when it comes to the vocal point, because they know I'm a guy that's always vocal, always talking, both on and off and on the court. So, really it's just more so, me holding myself to a higher standard, man. I tell people all the time, I'm my own worst critic, and it's kind of something that I kind of learned from my dad, and it's a blessing that he kind of instilled that in me early, really.
And you're used to playing for some good teams, some contenders. Well, what about this 3-1 start? Do you think is sustainable, that you've liked, that you would like to see more of going forward?
Honestly, brother, it's a brand new season, man. So this team is a contender, bro. Like, we're a brand new team, man. It's a new team. And we're just trying to come in and just play the right way and continue to put together wins in the basketball game, man. But I'm not talking about, what happened in the previous situation. I'm not talking about what happened in previous years, man. That's in the past. I can't get any of that back. I'm a Washington Wizard, and right now, I think we started out to a great start, but it's a long season, man. I think we're 4 games in, man, and how many more to go. So it's just a start, man. We just got to continue to keep building and continue to keep putting together great days.
Neil.
And Trez, I forgot to ask you this after the opener, but the pat down pregame ritual that you do with Brad, where did that come from? And, how did you guys come about it?
This is more so a free-flowing thing, man. Just one of those things that, you're not really scripted to do. Some guys kind of have handshakes when they're coming out, man. My thing, I'm really just checking everything about my boy Swag and the agenda going into the game, man, because, he's the head of our snake. He's our, top dog runner, man. So really just checking my boy, tired before he goes into the game and get ready to lead us to, whatever we got ahead of us.
Appreciate it. Safe travels back.
Thank you.
Last question to Christos.
Hello, Trez. Congratulations on the win, the performance as well.
Thank you.
How big deal for you was to respond after the game in Brooklyn?
Honestly, man, it was more so about just responding in a positive way in the energy department for my team, man. I think my team does a great job of feeding off my energy and feeding to, what I bring to the court, both, on the offensive and defensive end of the floor, offensive end of the floor, just going out the extra possessions, giving us second chance shots and cleaning up when guys, happen to make a miss. And then on the defensive end, just being the anchor, talking out all our coverages and just pointing guys to where they need to be and covering for guys, when it's a defensive lapse. As far as that, man, that's all it was about. Like I said, this is not an I game. This is not a me game, man. This is not a personal agenda I'm trying to feel, man. Honestly, that statement was made because I know what my team needs from me night in and night out. And I just felt like me as a competitor, as, a guy that comes in with his hard hat on, ready to work every day, I just feel like I didn't give my team a full 48. And that was just on me. And that's, all I made clear, simple as that.
And what do you say about the character of the team and the way that you react through the adversities in every game?
Honestly, my team feeds off me, man. Like I said, man, I play with a lot of passion. I play with a lot of heart. I play with a lot of aggression, man. And, it's all generated in the right way. And I think my team does a great job of understanding that, man. And nobody's taking it as a personal thing. Nobody's taking it as, this guy just continues to yell at me, and we have coaches. No, guys know that I've been in this league for, a good amount of years. I've been around on a different amount of teams, man. And, at the end of the day, I just put in the work and just earn my respect from the veteran guys, man, to the point where, my voice holds weight in the locker room a little bit. And, like I said, I'm just trying to do it by leading by example and by, also being that vocal point for our group. Because, I had a lot of different vets that was in front of me that taught me the ways of doing it, really, man.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Trez. That's it.
Thank you.